Yo, 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 what up? This is Skoozi, and I'm back with a brand new episode from the Lionheart server. So last time we got working with some villagers, and that has been progressing nicely off camera, and I will show you about it in just a second. But first, what I want to do is come over here and check out the shulker box. Okay, so this is from Vidogavia. He gave out gifts here. So let's have a look at the book, see what it says. Dear Skoozi, as you know, Unification Day in Romania is coming up, and I thought it prudent to celebrate the occasion with a small gift. Yeah, it is actually coming up. I believe it is in a few days from this recording. I think it's like on the 24th, I think, maybe of January. And actually, I think because he missed Christmas, he was just picking like an event that was coming up that he could give the gifts in the name of. But I actually know a little bit about Unification Day. So basically, there is a place in Eastern Europe called Moldova, and it kind of unified with another area. I can't remember the exact name of it, and they kind of formed what is modern day Romania. And Romania kind of has an interesting history, and I've heard bits and pieces of it from various people that I've worked with over the years. I've known several people who were Romanian, people who were Moldovan, and people who kind of identified themselves as Russian. And depending on, I think, kind of your background and your experience, kind of dictates whether you would identify yourself as one of those three. Even though they're all basically the same kind of location, the different groups of people would say, no, I'm not Romanian, I'm Russian, or no, I'm not Romanian, I'm Moldovan. And Moldova, okay, this is the last I'll talk about this, but it's kind of an interesting story. Moldova is named after the river that goes through it, and the river is actually named after the founder's dog, because the dog drowned in that river. So, Moldova is actually named after the founder's dog. A little fact for you. And again, this is all stuff that I heard from people. People are mistaken from time to time, so don't hold that as absolute fact and crucify me if I'm wrong. But those are things that I have heard from people who were born in that country, so I kind of believe them. Now, let's see the next page here. Skoozi, this special worm finder stick developed by the Worm Institute in Switzerland will hopefully aid you in your search for the elusive worms. I don't think I need a stick, Vitigarvia. Oh. Yep, it works. It works. It drew me right to this worm. How did I not see this before? Anyways, that's pretty awesome. The worm finder stick. For Romanian Unification Day. Magnificent. At least for me, it's a free shulker box. So yeah, this happened. We have a quad villager breeder in here now. So this is the unary bit design for the villager breeder. And we've just put 4 of the individual cells together. If you want to build this, he has a world download that has like the step-by-step instructions. And make sure you follow that because there are a few parts here that get a little finicky, and if you don't do it right, you have to start again, and moving villagers can be a pain, and you don't want to do it more than you have to do it. Now, I actually messed up a couple times while building this, despite the fact that I've built this before. But yeah, I made mistakes. The first time I built it correctly, and then I came back and they were all out of order, so they should be in this like little ring of villagers. So basically there's 4 pairs of 2 that are stuck on every side of a fence post, and that keeps them perfectly spaced and just the right distance from each other to share their food properly and get the maximum amount of baby villagers per hour. So they kind of jostled out of position, and I had to like drop them out of the bottom and rebuild the whole thing. And then that time I forgot to take a fence post out before I started pushing in all these top blocks, and it messed everything up, and I had to drop them into the bottom and start again. And then the third time, something else went wrong. So anyways, This is like a lot of effort put into getting this thing situated. But now that it is, it's working wonders. Look at all these villagers we have. Woohoo! So the baby villagers basically fall out of the bottom underneath there. See, they're standing on these fence posts. And this water drives them into the corner. And then they sit down there where this guy is. Do you see him down there? He's there. Trust me. See if I can get an angle on him. Yep, there's one there too. So then they sit down there, and then as soon as they grow up, their head hits water, and then they can be lifted up into this chamber, which is where all the adults party. And then underneath, in the corner, we have a dispenser down here that we can load minecarts into. And that is connected up to this button, and when we hit a button, a villager will come up out of the machine. I don't even know if I have any minecarts in there, but let's give it a shot. Yes, we do. Okay, and then they come up here. Now, eventually, once I have all the villagers that I need in here for different projects, this will then be the pathway that connects out through the mouth of the snake and into the Dominion pyramid over that way. But for now, in case I need villagers, I have it just bring them up here. So this thing is working awesome. And I also have this water stream around here, which works as an automatic feeder. So if I take this shulker box, this is my latest carrot harvest. Not a whole ton, but it's good enough for now. And I come and place it up there. This thing will start shooting out carrots into the water stream. And usually this first group, until their inventory becomes completely full, this first group is just going to steal everything. Because they're jerks like that. They're greedy, and they're carrot hogs. No good carrot hogs. Yeah, I'm talking about you guys. The carrot hogs. But basically they are just about close enough to these groups that they will try to throw carrots back and forth. So these guys will get some. And this is a really ingenious system. So it comes along the water stream, and when it hits the slime block, it slows down to the point where it rides right along the edge here. So that's close enough for these guys to grab. So make sure if you're making this water stream, you have those slime blocks in the corner. Now the first one, it skips right past. And that's kind of a shame, but I have no way to line them up unless I guess I could have put, no. This is the way to do it. But they can grab them here. So they're basically the last group that will get carrots. So now it's a matter of trying to get them enough carrots that they can all have their inventories full, and then they will produce 96 villagers an hour, which is amazing. So over here is a pit that I've dug to try and get outside of the sphere of influence of the village up there. And this is going to be a carrot farm where these two guys are going to help me amass a ton of carrots. So this is also based off of a unary bit design, but I've modified it a bit to kind of make it my own. So I'm going to build one down here, and then I'm going to bring you back and kind of show you a little bit about how it works and the changes that I've made to personalize it, you know, put that Skoozi touch on it. So I thought I should probably explain a little bit of how this farm works and what we're trying to achieve here. You need this block on all four sides to be light level, like block level, light level of 7. Not 8. And I don't know, 6 or 5 might work, but best to stick to 7. So to achieve light level block light level 7, you come 1, 2 on the diagonal and out 1, and then put your block, your light block up there. So it is the third block up from the ground, so that you have a 2 tall space for your villager to walk underneath. And it is 2 off the corner, and then so this one is the exact opposite, like a mirror image, 2 off the corner and out, and then that repeats on all 4 sides. And that's the only light you want inside of that inner ring. That'll keep these blocks at 7. Underneath this dirt block, this slab, this carpet on all 4 sides are hoppers. Okay? So you'll see here, if I throw anything in there, it gets picked up, on the slab picked up, and on there it does not get picked up because this is a full block. But once you take "Oh no you didn't" and farm it, then the hoppers will pick up the items. So this is where our carrots are going to get collected. Now the way this farm works is you put a villager in here, and then the farmer does the farming. He goes around, harvests carrots, and then he's like, oh, that guy in there looks hungry. So he walks in to give him carrots and throws them. And then the hoppers are going to pick them up. Now, in the Unary bit design, they have the farmer standing up here so that he can just barely see his feet. He's standing on a lily pad, on a water stream. When this farmer tries to throw the carrots, they catch in the water stream and get carted away. Now, getting the villager into that position can be a little tricky, and my farm avoids that. The main downside is that my farm uses quite a few hoppers, whereas the other one uses a water stream and then just like one hopper at the end. So as long as you're not resource poor, this farm might be easier for you to use. So this villager, he came out of my breeder with a clean inventory, and then what I did was I filled his inventory with seeds, because villagers can carry seeds. So if you don't know, villagers have an inventory. They can hold about 8 stacks of items. They have 8 slots. I'm just going to throw some of this away here. So if I fill his inventory slots up with seeds, then when the other farmer tries to throw carrots at him, he can't pick them up. So he's just going to stand in there as a target, and the other guy's going to throw carrots at him repeatedly. And, oh, I don't know if I can fly out of here with all of this overhead. Come on. There we go. All right. So I need some rails, and we're going to get that guy in there and situated. Works. Okay. Now, hopefully this guy does not die. He did take a little bit of damage, and hopefully he doesn't die falling in there. Go on. Come on. Get on the track. You can do it. There you go. Okay. And we'll just make him get in there. Just go down. Go down. Come on, you can do it. Get in there. Okay, so I'm going to push this down now, so that once I let him up out of his minecart, yeah, so he should be stuck in there now, and I can come around and remove these quartz blocks to increase his visibility. So the Unary bit design also has only access to this villager from one side, and my theory is that if I have access on all 4 sides, the farmer will be more frequently seeing this guy and going over to try to give him food. And that's really how this whole farm is going to work. Now, I wish I had any carrots on me. This was really dumb of me to not keep any carrots. But basically what's going to happen is the farmer villager, as he farms, he's going to be looking for farmland that doesn't have anything planted in it, and then he's going to want to plant crops in there. So that's going to draw him over, as well as seeing the hungry villager. When he plants a carrot in there, he's going to be like, oh, you're hungry, dude. Here, take some carrots. And he's going to throw them and throw them and throw them. This guy can't pick them up. We're going to collect them. That part is awesome. Then when he gets to a point where he has not enough carrots to give away, he's going to go harvest some more carrots. His AI is going to be like, okay, go to harvest mode. When he steps on this pressure plate, it's going to update this block. And because it's at light level 7, the carrots can't grow and they will be popped up. Now, what that is going to do is it's going to make sure that these 4 spaces are always empty. They're always going to be drawing the farmer villager in. If he can plant there and then go just wait for carrots to grow, he won't come back to this villager. I've seen it happen. He'll just ignore him and chill over here waiting to harvest carrots. But with these pressure plates, it will constantly pop out carrots, and he won't be able to avoid coming back here. And the more times he's here giving this guy carrots, the more carrots we end up with underneath in our little collection area. No, we'll send them here carrot by carrot so that we can constantly feed these guys. And then the way that this is set up is any of the carrots that make it all the way around and aren't picked up will come down here into this hopper. So we'll maybe connect this up to a shulker box loader so that basically these guys will always be fed. Anything extra will be put into a shulker box and then sent over to where the villager trading hall is so that we can use them to trade for emeralds with the farmers. So this is going to be a really cool setup once it's done. We're almost there. So what I'm going to do is make a cut. And then I'll come back when I have carrots to give this guy, and we'll see this thing in action. There you go. You can see him in here. He's doing his thing. He keeps walking in there to try to feed the guy. Every time he leaves, the pressure plate pops out the carrot, and so he's constantly got these farm areas that he's going to. This is working out fantastically. He's doing his thing. Now, there's a bit of an issue. So first I'll show you the good news. Good news is, after about an hour of letting this guy work, we have almost 18 stacks of carrots. So the farm produces pretty good numbers. And the bad news is, he will not work unless I dismantle the village over here. So basically, get up here. If this guy has doors, he's too close to that guy, and that guy spends all his time standing in the corner wanting to get over here. And I actually thought that the distance between the bottom of the village and this guy was enough height-wise difference that he would be okay, and he would ignore it, but it's not. So now I have to try to figure out what to do about my villager over there. Should I move him up? Should I move? I can't really move him any further in this direction because he's in the end of the book as it is. So I'm hoping if I move him up a little bit more closer to the roof, this guy will be far enough away and it'll all work out. Also, while I was doing that, half my villagers, well, probably more than half of my villagers disappeared. This pit was full, just like full of guys. And I'm not entirely sure what happened. I know some people will probably suggest that it was max entity cramming, but that doesn't exactly work when they're being jostled by water. And even if it did, it wouldn't have killed everybody. Like this whole half of the room, it would have just killed a few guys. So I don't know what's going on down there. That's kind of scary because I literally lost maybe 20 or 30 villagers. So yeah, that's terrible. So in between episodes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to troubleshoot this a bit, try to get him farming while I also have these guys breeding. And then I guess next episode, or maybe in between, I haven't decided quite yet, we'll connect up the output from this farm into the automatic feeding system over here. And then we will have automated villagers, hopefully. That's my goal, and that's what I'm going to work on. So unfortunately, right now, I'm out of time to record for today's episode. So I hope you did enjoy it. Oh, see him? See him planting? Now when he leaves, watch. Watch these carrots. Boom. That's the secret. That's the secret to the farm. I hope you enjoyed today's episode and learned a little something about automated villager farming. And if you did, be sure to go down and thumb rest of that like button to show your support. Subscribe if you're new here so you can see how this project and others like it turn out on the Lionheart server. Also down in my Discord, I have links to all the other members of Lionheart. You should go and watch some of their videos. Some of them are making really cool things. And on top of that, you can go and vote for the Lionheart Member of the Month. So you can go vote for the content creator that you think has been putting in the best work, or just the one whose content you've enjoyed the most. Oh, and actually, let's finish it off on a good note. So there, and let me just jump on this. There we go. Serious dedication. That's completely use up a diamond toe and then reevaluate your life choices. I love that achievement, and I've gotten it again. Hooray! Alright, this is Skoozi, and until next time, I'm saying, peace!